Here comes the rush. He steps up. He steps away. He's going to run, pump. He's got the first down. He kills the clock, and he's out of bounds. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He steps up. He starts to roll. He fires, and it is caught for a touchdown by Dallas Goedert.
What's good, Eagles Nation? Welcome to Eagle Vision, where we look at things with a bird's eye view. Now, I gotta ask you guys, man. I know a lot of you were just like me, and you're still riding high off this win in Atlanta, okay? And I know we got a brand new coaching staff. And speaking of a brand new coaching staff and a brand new team, I gotta ask you guys something that I was talking about earlier, in the chat group. A couple guys, man, we were tossing some things around, and it's a topic where some of us may have not have wanted some of us may have wanted to be a little reserved. Some of us are not too sure. Some of us have a more of a what you call that, like a wait and see type of approach. Okay, and I want to talk about head coach Nick Sirianni in this particular episode that I'm gonna bring to you guys, because have you guys brought in to Nick Sirianni? Has Nick Sirianni made you enough of a believer? I mean, you guys let me know, man. Leave me a comment, write it in the comments below, because I'm serious, because we went through a lot with Doug Peterson. We went through an emotional roller coaster, okay? I mean, Doug won us the Super Bowl, all right? And for another head coach to come in here after what we went through last year, it's what we're looking at, smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Like, mama tell you everything that glitters ain't gold, So right now we look a little glittery, right? But is it gold that we have? You know what I'm saying? Like, have we struck gold with Nick Sirianni as the Eagles head coach? Not only Nick Sirianni as the Eagles head coach, but Jalen Hurts as the quarterback of this team. But I want to just focus a little bit more on Nick Sirianni, okay? Because a lot of us had questions. We know about the beginning of his tenure here, when his opening press conference, maybe his first two press conferences. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say. Even myself, you can go back and check another video that I did. Like, who is Nick Sirianni? You know what I'm saying? We didn't even know who Nick Sirianni was, but as we started to dig into Nick Sirianni, as Nick Sirianni started to talk to us more, as we started to hear the players starting to echo the same things that he was now telling us as a fan base and speaking to the media, and you start seeing how these guys are playing, and you start digging into looking at Indianapolis and what he did over there with the three different quarterbacks that he had. I mean, let's just think about it. This guy had three different quarterbacks, okay? And before I get into whether I'm in on or not on Nick Sirianni, he had three different quarterbacks 3 straight years. The Colts were a playoff team and a perennial division winner each year, okay? With Andrew Luck, Jacoby Brissett, and a retired or out of retirement Phillip Rivers, okay? Now, I didn't know if that was Nick Sirianni or if that was Frank Reich. Okay, we didn't know what it was going to be, and for a lot of the time during the off season, we didn't know because the players didn't play, and he was very vanilla. He kept a lot of things to the chest, and we just didn't know. But the one thing that I can say, and you guys let me know if you feel the same way. The one thing that I could say about Nick Sirianni that we were able to see was his personality, was how much he loved football, was how much he loved teaching the game of football, was how energetic he was, how enthusiastic he was, and how his players were starting to buy into his message. And I got to tell you, I had full confidence going into the game against Atlanta that we were going to play well. Now, I'm not going to say I had a crystal ball and I saw that we were going to win the game 32-6. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that. I thought that we would win convincingly, but I didn't know that we would go in there and just stomp a team out and blow their ass out the water. That I didn't know, okay? Because there were too many unknowns about the secondary and all those other things that maybe didn't have anything to do with Nick Sirianni, okay? But when you're the head coach, it all has to do with you. I can't just say that, you just here for offense. You the head coach, all right? You here for everything. Your imprint is for sure going to be on that offense. All right, but you better make sure that defense is up to par, okay? And I saw the defense down there last week. I saw the offense down there last week. I saw a special teams unit down there last week. And I saw a team that played complementary football. I saw a team that didn't make too many mental errors and mistakes aside from the 14 penalty flags that we had. Okay, but I want to talk about some of the things that I feel Nick Sirianni spoke to the media today. And this is part of the reason why Nick Sirianni is winning me over, okay? These guys, they asked Nick Sirianni today about what he thought about Kyle Shanahan, okay? And what he thought made Kyle Shanahan such a great football coach. And we know Nick. I was on a chat room earlier, man, and the guys, they calling him South Philly Nick now, okay? Are you guys calling him South Philly Nick? And you guys bought into Nick? I mean, we feeling good, okay? But he answered the question like this when talking about what he thought about Kyle Shanahan.
Has he had influence on you directly or indirectly? And in your opinion, what makes him a good offensive designer?
I think Kyle Shanahan, I don't know him personally. I know him to say hello. But where he has influence on me, as any good coach has influence on me with how they coach their team, and you see that he's a good coach. This team plays with good fundamentals. They have good scheme. That's always, hey, does your team play with good fundamentals and you're a good scheme? To me, that means that's a big part of how you're a good coach. So that's where he's had influence on me, just his scheme and the way his players play. But no secret how good of a football coach he is.
And that's it. See that? That's part of the reason why I feel like Nick Sirianni has completely won me over, okay? Because he didn't ever come in here and try to be somebody that he wasn't. He's just came in here and been the person that he was and allowed us to get comfortable with him. I mean, I don't think it's a thing where he had to get comfortable with himself and get comfortable in his own skin, because I think he was comfortable in his own skin. I think the thing was that we had to get comfortable with him. And it's been so easy because he doesn't sugarcoat a lot of things. He doesn't really lie about a lot of things. Now, he may not give you the exact straight answer, but he gives you a lot, man. It gives you a lot of insight. A lot more than what we've gotten from other coaches and a lot more than some other coaches around the league would give you, okay? But the key thing that really won me over about Nick Sirianni is when he was talking about Kyle Shanahan, okay? Talking about looking at a team, okay, that plays with good fundamentals and has a good scheme. Okay, when I looked at the Philadelphia Eagles, I saw a team that played with good fundamentals and had great schemes, okay, on both sides of the ball, even on special teams, okay? And that's exciting for a first-year rookie head coach, okay, coming into a town like Philadelphia. And you know how we can be, all right? We're starving for a decent team. We're starving for a team to get back to the playoffs after a season of what we just endured last season. Okay, and for a guy to come in here with all that pressure, he simply has just been himself. And I think that is ultimately super impressive. Okay, even myself, I'm running around here talking about one round at a time. Okay, I'm talking about trying to get myself 1% better each day. Okay, I gotta have a dog mentality. All right, even on my YouTube channel here, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm slacking on my pimping. All right, we had a whole off season, and I ain't really get to you guys like I should have. Maybe I would have been further along. Shoot, who knows? We could have been live by now. Okay, speaking of that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment, okay? And another thing that I want to talk about that I really love with Nick Sirianni is the connection, okay? Again, another one of his buzzwords, okay, is the connection that he has made with the players, okay? And we all know the most important connection is with the quarterback, all right? And they are in lockstep. They're doing handshakes on the side, looking like me and my son. Come to find out that Nick Sirianni is doing his son's handshake with Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? And what I really like about what I'm seeing is the fact that they trust one another. That Nick Sirianni has put trust into his team and trust into his quarterback, and his quarterback has gotten the trust from his team. All right, to send him up to the line and be able to teach him well enough. Well, let's just hear Nick Sirianni when discussing how Jalen Hurts is handling the quarterback position.
Hurts goes, how much flexibility do you give him at the line of scrimmage as far as checking in and out of different plays or even maybe changing a play?
Sure, nothing's extreme, so it's not like just go do everything you need to do. There's plays where we put hey, we want to, off of these couple looks, this is what we want to get to. Off of this look, we want you to get to this. Or, hey, if you see this look, we want to check to it. So there's flexibility, but the flexibility changes based off the play, based off the look. Sorry, I know that might not answer your question.
You've talked about wanting to have every single wide receiver be able to play all three positions, just have two tight ends, and pretty much line up anywhere. When you have 7 guys who can play in the slot, how much does that help you with individual matchups every single week?
Yeah, if you're able to move guys around like that, it is hard to key in on a guy and know exactly where he is. So it definitely helps, and because I think if you're just stationary as a wideout and you just stay in one spot, if you're always, some teams go you're only to the right outside, or some teams say you're only the X or the Z or the F or whatever you want to call that. I think it's a little, talking to defensive coordinators in my past, it's a little easier for them to take that guy away. The other thing we like to do is move them around based off of what they do well, right? It's a dual purpose, right? You always want to think, like, before you even think of scheme. I was taught this by my head college coach a long time ago, Larry Karras. Before you even think of scheme, and I've said that here plenty of times, it's all about the players. It's first about the players. Players. So what do they do well? Put them in positions of what they do well, and then try to match that up to the scheme. And so I think that's what it's about more so than anything. And because we do it that way, I do think it poses more issues to the defense. Again,
See, there it is. I let the video run a little longer because I don't know if you were like me, but I was just listening. I was hanging off of every word that he said, because to a football junkie like me, he's singing music. It's just a song. I'm just in a melody when I hear him talk about football, about the strategy, about the mental chess game that's being played. Okay, and that's why we heard every player talking about how they loved the approach, the coaching staff, and what they were designing for them, because it's about the players that we have here, utilizing them and maximizing the absolute most talent that we can get out of those players. And that's exactly the same thing that I saw with Indianapolis with those 3 different quarterbacks. A quarterback like Jacoby Brissett, now I'm not taking nothing from Jacoby Brissett, but Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers was done. He didn't look done under Nick Sirianni. Okay, now we see what's going on with Frank Wright out there now, and I'm not going to put that on Frank Wright because we know Carson's out there. Carson, we know you're out there. Carson, I watched you, Carson. We're all watching you, Carson, because we need that pick. We want that pick. But, Carson, you're making Frank look bad, man. Looks like we got the better out of both trades for Nick Sirianni and keeping Jalen Hurts, all right? But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what's it going to take for you to buy into Nick Sirianni? Have you bought in after one game, after one preseason, after one offseason? Is it going to take 2-3 games? Is it going to take you halfway through the season? Does Nick Sirianni need to start out 3-0, including beating Dallas? What does Nick Sirianni have to do if he hasn't won you over already? And if he has won you over already, then please write in the comments. Let me know how you feeling about Nick Sirianni, how you feeling about this Eagles team, and what is your outlook. And it's okay if you've changed your mind, all right? I know some of you prognosticators had your Eagles at whatever record, okay? Have you changed your mind on that record? Has Nick Sirianni and the way this Eagles team have played, have they increase your amount of wins? And if they did increase your amount of wins, let me know by how many games. Be honest. It's all right. Be honest. Let me know by how many games. Let me know if you brought in to head coach Nick Sirianni and this brand new Eagles team that looks oh so exciting, man. Okay, that's been it for Eagle Vision. I'm your man, War Eagle. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you're liking the content that I'm providing to you. I'm out.